guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're brand new to my channel, consider subscribing. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Also, make sure to ring that notification bell so you can be notified anytime I do upload a video. What I'm going to do is an eyeshadow palette review. I know I've been doing tons of these, but I do really love making these videos. I love trying out new eyeshadow palettes, new eyeshadow brands, new formulas, and what I'm going to be doing is I'm reviewing the Beauty Bay and NIKKIETUTORIALS eyeshadow palette. I know that I'm a little bit late to this game. It did come out during the summer. I was contemplating if I wanted to buy it. It's such a gorgeous palette. The packaging is really, really cool and really unique. The colors look incredible, but I know it is limited edition, so I don't really like to review those palettes or buy those palettes because then I can't really use them all the time. But this one was just so gorgeous. I did not want to pass it up. I didn't want to miss out on it. So this palette is really cool. It opens up like this with two little doors. See, there we go. Those are the colors. It has two mirrors. One is a regular mirror and one is a magnified mirror. So that's really cool that you have both of the mirrors. The colors are gorgeous. It was supposed to be kind of a light on this side, dark on this side, the two sides of NIKKIETUTORIALS. So I think the concept is really cool. I love that there are neutrals, there are colorfuls, there are dark jewel tones. So there are the colors up close. I really like this eyeshadow palette. I think it's very well-rounded. You can get everyday looks, you can get very colorful looks, you can get spring, you can get winter, fall. I think she did a really great job at coordinating this eyeshadow palette to where it would fit a lot of people and it would work really well for any time of the year. So I figured we would go ahead and go over the different eyeshadow names. So we have Redemption, Blend and Snap, Ivy, Slasher, 5 a.m., Roxy Gaton, Vla, Mika, Mila, Underground, Plot Twist, Aura, Basic Trot, All In, You, Pride, Zoomer, Mama Tutorials, Amsterdam, and then this one is Mr. Tutorials. I'm gonna go ahead and zoom you up, do some swatches, and let you see these colors up close. They are absolutely gorgeous. The metallics are freaking beautiful. Alright, so there is the first row of colors. So right there we have Redemption, Blend and Snap, Ivy, which is such a gorgeous white metallic, super pretty, Slasher, and what a beautiful neutral brown. This is 5 a.m. Love this color in the crease. There is the second row of colors. So we have Roxy Gaton, we have Vla, which is not quite the most pigmented yellow, but yellows are very hard to formulate. It does work good enough. This is Mika. This is Mila, a really beautiful kind of orangey type brown for the crease. And this one right here, let me tell you, that is so gorgeous. That is Underground. That is one of my favorite type of taupey eyeshadows. I love it. I think it looks really beautiful with blue eyes. I love those type of colors. So there is the third row of colors. So this blue, I did use it in my look today. It is not one of my favorites. I did not like how this performed. This is Plot Twist. This one is Aura, really beautiful metallic. This one is a Basic Trot, and it's a perfect color for the perfect name. It is a bit basic bone color. Works really well though to blend things out. This one is the one that's on my lid today, All In. What a gorgeous green duochrome shadow. I love that very much. And I think this one's really funny. This is Ew, and she named it because she's not a fan of green colors, but she also wanted to put a green in here, so that is why she named it Ew, and it's such a cool color. Really like this one. This performed a lot better than the blue, but there is another blue in this palette that did not perform very good, that performed a lot like this one. There is the final row in this palette. The metallics in this palette are just so reflective and creamy and beautiful. I really do love the metallics in this palette. This is Pride, a beautiful, beautiful pink. This is Zoomer, Mama Tutorials, and this is Amsterdam. This is the other blue that I was talking about that did not perform as well as the Plot Twist. It is very splotchy, very dry, powdery. Would not suggest that color. It is just not a great one. And then this one is Mr. Tutorials. What another gorgeous kind of vintage gold greeny color. Love that. So beautiful. So there's all the colors. So what I would say about this eyeshadow palette, that I don't personally think it would be worth it if you were buying for the blues. Or the yellows, that's not all that great, but these metallics are so beautiful. They really are gorgeous. I love the look that I created with this little trio right there. Really great. Some beautiful spring colors. So I don't regret buying this eyeshadow palette. I do really like it. Some of them are a bit of a dud. But I do really like the formula. So that is the eyeshadow palette. If you would like to see how I created this eyeshadow look and then my final thoughts on this palette, then just keep watching. So I am going to go ahead and jump into my eyeshadow palette. I really want to do a blue look today. It is snowing like crazy. It's freezing cold, so I felt like blue would work perfectly for today. I'm going to go ahead and jump into Plot Twist. And I am taking a BH Cosmetics pretty small blending brush, and I am going to put that into my crease. I haven't used the blues in this palette just yet, so I'm really excited to see how they perform. I have tried some of the more neutral colors, some of the orange, the pinks, the purples. I've used quite a few colors in this palette, but not the blues yet. This is a really pretty, very, very pale blue, not super pigmented. I am having to put on quite a bit of it just to pile up that color. So I'm going to try a kind of more different shape today. I haven't done this shape very often. I'm going to do a full cut crease, so we will see how that turns out. This blue seems to be going on a little patchy. I do have unset eye primer on, but normally I don't have an issue with tons of patchiness, but this blue is kind of chalky. Yeah, I am not liking this blue at all. It is not working very well. Let's try just kind of patting it and not blending it. I'm going to do this shape on this side, and I'll be right back. Alright, so I have that blue on both lids. I do not like this blue. I probably won't ever use it again. It is very chalky, very patchy, does not blend out well. It is a really pretty, very pale blue, but I do have this color in other palettes that just work a lot better. Next, I'm going into this Ew color, and I'm going to apply that into the crease as well. I'm using the same brush, tapping that in. I'm going to take that just a little bit lower in my crease. And that one's definitely a lot more pigmented than the blue. It's a very pretty robin eggs blue, kind of teal color. And now we're going to go in with this dark blue, Amsterdam, and I'm going to put that even lower into my crease area to deepen that up. Take an even smaller pencil brush and apply that. And I'm kind of carving out my eye socket shape, and then I'm going to cut this out. Put a tiny bit of that Ew color on the brush, and I'm just blending these all together. The blues in this palette do not seem to be blending out quite as well as the other colors, the orange, the pinks, the yellows, the purples. Those all blend out a lot better than these blues. These blues seem to be getting kind of patchy, to be kind of chalky, and they're not blending out great. But that is just what I'm seeing so far. And this is my first time using the blues in this palette. We're going to see if we can save this eye look though by cutting the crease. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and cut the crease. I normally do that with concealer, but what I'm going to do first, because blue is a hard color and it would just kind of mix with the concealer, I'm going to take some micellar water on a Q-tip and I'm going to just clean the entire lid area of eyeshadow before I use concealer. Okay, so there is what I have so far. Definitely an outrageous shape. I'm hoping it'll come together and I can make it look somewhat wearable. So we're going to go ahead and apply a little bit more onto the lid. So I'm going to go ahead and apply this all in onto the lid. The metallics in this palette are very thick, creamy. They almost feel like just a cream eyeshadow. This eyeshadow is so pretty. It has a really beautiful green metallic reflection to it. Gorgeous. I want to try applying with my fingers and see how that applies. Oh, that's definitely a lot more pigmented. That is so pretty. I love that metallic. You can kind of see that it's crumbling just a little bit as if it was a cream shadow. I don't like that a whole lot because I feel like you're definitely going to go through the shadows a lot faster. Also very rarely finish an eyeshadow, so it's really not a big deal. So I'm going to go ahead and just leave my eyeshadows like this. I'm going to apply mascara and see what else I can do to them. So there is the look with mascara. I love the glitter. It's not my favorite eyeshadow look that I've done, but I definitely wanted to try a different shape, so it's kind of cool and unique. So I'm going to go ahead, clean up the eyeshadow, apply my whole face, and I'll come back with my thoughts on this eyeshadow palette. Okay, so I went ahead and I finished the eyeshadow look. On my lips, I have the Clarins Velvet Lip Perfector, and then I have MAC's This Is Stone Lip Liner. Love how this looks. It works really well with the blue eyeshadow. So my thoughts on this eyeshadow, I did buy this on beautybae.com. It does retail for $30. I do like it. Would I say that this eyeshadow is an absolute need? Probably not, just because it is limited edition. Metallics are really gorgeous. They have a beautiful sheen to them. They don't have tons of fallout if you use a glitter glue, and as long as you wipe it away. They are gorgeous. They look wet. Honestly, the metallics in this palette are just phenomenal. The mattes, I will say, are hit and miss. I think half of them blend really well, super blendable, super creamy, very pigmented, and then the other half are very splotchy. They're very ashy. They are very powdery. They don't work as well on your eyelids as some of them. So I hate that there's an inconsistency with the mattes. If all the mattes worked just as good as the good mattes, I would say absolutely. But because that is not the case, I would say probably skip this eyeshadow palette. So hopefully this was helpful for you, and I will catch you on my next video. Bye, guys.